Hello. It is Wednesday. It is 12:30 and here I am with today's Facebook Live. Now, today I want to focus on how to stay sales motivated, because you will know from having listened to me and read our blogs and my posts that I consider that it's your mind, your mindset that enables you to either achieve the things that you want in life or that get in the way of those things. So whilst when everything's going really well, it's easy to have a positive sales mindset. But when things are not going your way, what can you do about that? And so today I want to explore the kind of things that you can do about that are external to you, so that you can find your go-to resource when you're not in the best possible place, when you're not feeling up for sales activity, IPA and FBI, when you're not the best version of yourself. What can you do at any time of day? And one of the things that I think is very, very important is to have somebody, and I've got a blog about this that I did last month, about your sales soulmate. Now, your sales soulmate has to be someone that you admire, has to be somebody that has traits that you're aspiring to, but they don't have to be somebody that you actually know. But if there is somebody that you know who, first of all, let me say that it shouldn't be somebody who is emotionally connected with you, like, a husband, wife, partner, a parent, or any family member, because their advice and support is going to be coming from a space of love, and sometimes that can cloud things. So unless somebody in your family is the most amazing business person who is really great at generating sales, then it shouldn't be them. So find someone that you actually know, and if there is nobody that you know personally that you can just pick up the phone to when things are not going your way, then it's super easy to find somebody that you don't know, that inspires you, that when you listen to them talking, make you feel in a great space, make you feel more positive, make you feel more hopeful, actually increase that sales mindset to something that is going to work to make sure that you do the actions that you know are going to increase your sales and do the right things to grow your business. So how do you do that? Well, thank heavens for the internet, because if it's somebody that you don't know, they will have blogs, or they will have videos on YouTube, or they will do Facebook Lives, or they will do posts on social media. The great thing for you is that when you're feeling less than totally positive, all you do is search for that person online that makes you feel in a much better place, and watch a video or their TED Talk, or look at their posts, or read one of their blogs. There are so many out there. I share lots of my favourite ones on Facebook and in this group, because they're things that when I read them make me go, oh, fabulous. So find them online and take 10, 15, however many minutes you need, but don't take too long, because that's just an avoidance strategy. Just get yourself back in the best possible place, and then take the action that you need to take, that you're either procrastinating over or avoiding, or just not feeling great about yourself and don't want to do them whilst you're in that space. Now, if you do pick somebody who is a real live person that you have access to, you know, you could meet for weekly coffee or just have a Skype call. You know, myself, Jonathan and Sim, we get, even if we're not together in the morning, we get together virtually and say, what's your outcome for today? And then at the end of the day, we check in and say, look, how did you get on? So if you can do something as regular as that. They can be your go-to emergency person that you pick up the phone, maybe if you've had a bad meeting or a bad call or something's happened that has sent you off kilter. You could also agree weekly goals with them and hold yourself accountable to each other. But remember that a sales soulmate is definitely not somebody that you have a whinge with, where you are both saying, oh, isn't it terrible out there? And for those of you that know my work, I talk about a place called the Valley. It is definitely not somebody that you go to the Valley with, where you use all reasons and excuses for why you shouldn't do something or can't do something, or you're not getting the result that you want. So this person is someone who, when you're in the valley, when you're making reasons or excuses for your lack of results, that actually yank you up and say, okay, so what are you going to do about that? You need somebody that will do that for you, that actually challenges you and says, you know, when you're not being the best you can be, that says, okay, so how are you going to step up? Who's not going to say there and give you positive strokes. It's somebody that makes you rise into the best version of yourself. And it's really great if you can do that for them too, but it doesn't matter if you don't, because they need to find their person for them. So even if it's not a mutual relationship in that way, in supporting each other in sales and business, they can support you in sales and you can do other things for them, and they can find someone that does that for them. And the great thing about that is that you will learn from people who have already done some of the things that you want to do and want to achieve. But as I say, they don't have to be live at the end of the phone or in person. You can find somebody online. And the other thing to reflect upon is, you know, I remember when we were first starting out on Sasudi, we've always had, Jonathan and I have always had an affection for Tony Robbins, and we might be sitting working really late, and Jonathan might say to me, I bet Tony Robbins doesn't work this late. And I said, actually, he probably does, but he's probably really happy about it. So even when they're not there, you can ask yourself, what would this person do? What would this person say? What would their actions be? And it kind of takes you out of any negativity that you have and gets you back on track to getting on with the task, or just dusting yourself down and learning from whatever there is that's happened. So, you know, when something that isn't great happens, ask yourself, okay, so what do I get from this? What do I learn from this so that this doesn't happen again? So there you have it. Oops. There you have it. Get a sales soulmate who is either a real person or a virtual person. Learn from things that happen to you that are not totally positive. Take the time to connect with that person on a regular basis, whether it's in person or virtually. And remember that there's learning in everything. When things don't go well, you know, they take you to a different place. I often say that some of the things that have happened in my life that I would have perceived as negative at the time have happened and have brought me to the point where I am now. And I know that I wouldn't be at this point. You know, the founder of the sales consultancy came out of being in a job that I absolutely hated, and, you know, feeling that I'm not going to put up with this anymore. And the Sasudi came out of a different kind of frustration and challenge. So wherever you are right now, know that it's there for a purpose. Now, if you have any questions at all, then put them in the comments underneath and I'll respond to them. And if there's anything I can do to help you, and if it helps you watching my Facebook lives, then just keep watching them. They're in the video. You can watch all of them. They're all in the video tab, all saved. So have a great rest of the day and a great rest of the week, and I will see you next Wednesday at 12:30. And if there's anything that you'd like me to cover specifically, also comment or message me, and I will endeavour to do those topics in the Facebook lives very soon. Anyway, take care. Bye.